guys, welcome back to my channel. If this reading found you today is because it was meant to find you. There's a message here from your guides that they want you to hear about. And there is a message coming in about some new chapter, something exciting, something that you've kind of worked through to get to this point in your life. Just remember, this is a general reading, so think about how this message may apply to your life. Pick the pile that most resonates with you. You might get an energetic pull to maybe the location of the pile, maybe the crystals itself, maybe it's the number 1, 2, or 3. But take your time picking the pile. Pause the video if you need to. Maybe you want to meditate. Maybe you want to ask your guide specifically what one to pick. But just know there will be a timestamp for each section provided in the description. So when you are ready, just head on over to that section and the reading will be waiting for you. See you guys there. Hey guys, looks like you made your way to pile number 1. So welcome. Maybe you were drawn to the location of the pile, the number 1, or maybe the crystal itself, whether it's color, the shape. Whatever the reason is, just know that this reading was meant for you. Let's go ahead and start with the first card and see what message we have. So we have the threshold. So definitely getting a next chapter, and this, what the reading is about, there is a new chapter, something massive, a shift, a change that's coming into everyone's life. I think everyone's kind of closing off old energy and moving into new energy. And this energy in this pile specifically is really giving me almost like fearful. Like you see the colors and like the feet standing right at the threshold into the new chapter. It's not anything bad, but it's something that we create in our own mind because of change, because of the fact that this is like a massive leap of faith. And not even a leap of faith, but it's a different you, and it's almost like forcing you and calling you to kind of let go of who you are, and you're holding on to the identity that you've had for so long. Yeah, it requires you to leave behind the you that you thought was so well formed, but something new is calling you, and it's not easy work, and a part of you will be lost in order to make space for what is next. And this a metaphorical death, that's what that is. Some of you might be scared because you might not even recognize yourself, and that's a struggle. But this is a card of growth. This is a card of change. And I mean, that's scary. That is, if we're manifesting something big, and that's one of those things, when you manifest things, like you kind of start seeing things fall apart just because you're making room for what it is that you have really wanted, right? And that is the scary thing. But the new chapter is there. So there is a threshold. There is an opportunity for you to move to the next phase of your life and just kind of like rediscovering yourself. And I feel like a lot of you guys almost feel like, I don't know who I am anymore. There is like almost an identity crisis within that. The painter. Productivity, creation. Which makes sense why this is here, because like the threshold, you're rediscovering yourself, you're creating yourself. You are a blank canvas. That's the message that I'm getting really strongly from you guys. You are right now a blank canvas, and you are able to create who you want to be. Who you were a month ago is not who you are today. It doesn't even matter. It could be fear itself that's holding you back from that. But just realize that even yesterday you were a different person. I see a lot of moving pieces right now, especially in like the new phase that you're going into. And I feel like maybe you already started. It feels like a lot of you kind of almost like started that transition and not even quite there. There's a lot of moving pieces. So the productivity is there. So I see you guys kind of like making things happen. And it's like you're right there and you just need to pull the trigger. So now we have wisdom. So we have the owl, wisdom. Again, part of the growth. I think you've learned a lot of life lessons. I see like a lot of hardships, difficulty in the past. But the owl symbolizes knowledge and something that you're sharing with others, whether it's just like you learning from other people or you kind of giving advice. Maybe this is like the card that's showing you to learn from other people's mistakes, to think about what it is like if you're making a big decision, again, like the new chapter, like definitely think about it, process it. There is no right and wrong. Like you are creating what is already meant to be will be. It's already like in motion. You created the path already with the threshold being here, and it's just a matter of you just stepping forward. It's funny because like the reds are here. It's showing me fear. I'm getting fear. Unknown, fear of unknown. I feel like the past has pushed you to have to do or have to make and create this new chapter. So something in your past has really given you the push because I'm really getting, I don't know why, I'm getting such a heavy energy of like, well, this is, you literally leave me no choice. Like I have to do this to better myself, to better my own life, to move past whatever pain, whatever hardships. Because I don't see it being like for example, like you're at work and you worked your way to the top. I feel like it's like, no, I'm doing a different career. Like it's just a complete transition. It doesn't have to be career. I just kind of use an example. So we have here the Emperor, Queen of Wands, and Page of Wands. Yeah, so when I said something about manifesting, like because you see things fall apart when you're manifesting something, it's because you're making room, making space for something. The Queen of Wands is like the witch of the deck, and I feel like you guys manifested this new chapter, whether it's because you went through X, Y, and Z, but you just know within yourself that there is something new that has to come through in order for you to kind of better your life, better your situation from whatever it was before, because it wasn't good. Let's just be honest. I think there's something that wasn't good, something that wasn't giving you stability. And with the Emperor here, you have your feet planted. Now, this is someone's the energy that I feel like you're giving off that I don't think you kind of like see within yourself because there's so much fear. But you are on solid ground. You're stable. Like you have determination. You have the push to move forward. Page of Wands. This is an opportunity, a message that's coming through. This pages are messengers, that there is an opportunity that I feel like you already know. Again, there's just the fear of like taking that step and crossing that threshold, leaving that old, like you're leaving something behind. So if there's a person that's involved and you're like, maybe you're breaking up with this person, like you're leaving that past, you're leaving those memories. There's something that you're leaving behind that is like sad, that's hurtful. It's scary because you're going to be on your own. There's a, like, again, generating place where it makes sense in your life. But the Page of Wands is a messenger showing that there is something coming into your life that will spark your passion. Again, stability coming in again, and something that's going to make you feel like your old self. Like I'm getting the re-sparking of passion, the re-energizing, whatever that means for you. Adventure and spontaneity. I'm just getting the youthfulness from it from the page because that's the energy that comes off of a page card. So just realize that like whatever you're stepping out of and into, it's just that was where you're meant to be. And the fear that you're holding yourself back, I feel like you're delaying yourself. There's definitely a sense of delay because you're stalling and you're painting your own way. You're creating that next chapter. Like you are a blank canvas right now. You have nothing to lose. I'm getting like nothing to lose very strongly. And so much to gain from whatever you decide to do. So just keep that in mind. Well, let's go ahead and see some advice from your guides. Yeah. The world is in the palm of your hands. Like, I just feel like, so we have the Lover's card. We have the 10 of Swords and the 2 of Wands. There's 100%. I feel like maybe person, there is definitely some backstabbing, betrayal. I'm getting like exhaustion from whatever you've gone through. Again, I do get the sense that there is a push. And your guides are almost like, this is about you. This is about you loving yourself, taking care of you. You, again, blank canvas. I can't stress this enough. Like, this is your chapter, not anyone else's. This is your chapter. This is about you now. And like the world is in the palm of your hands. You, again, stability is the second time this is coming out. 2 here. Well, it's 4, but it's just giving me this balance. That's the word I'm looking for, not stability. Balance is here. I'm getting like this is all going to be balanced. This is all going to work out the way it needs to. You have choices. Like you can stay where you are or you can move forward. But this is about you. Not to, and I feel like a lot of you guys almost are hesitant because you are thinking about that other person and who hurt you or what they have done to you or other people and how it might affect them. It doesn't matter. This is you. This is about you. This is your chapter. You alone are standing at the threshold. Don't hold yourself back because, fear of like losing memories or losing touch with people, or maybe if it's a career, like, you can always come back to it. Like, there is never like something that you close the door on unless you actually physically close the door on it. You can always come back. There's always like opportunities. It's just what's going to make the most sense for you because of, and your happiness, because you are the creator of your own destiny and you're the magician, like not the magician, the Queen of Wands energy. You are manifesting this already. So at this point, like the ball is rolling. Everything is like in the process. The universe kind of placed all those things for you. It's just now a matter of like, do I cross over? Do I delay this and then I get like the most beautiful outcome? Again, like the opportunity here, Page of Wands. There's so much that you're kind of just like not realizing is going to happen. But the one thing that you need to take into consideration is it's not about anyone else but you yourself alone. And that's the only person you should be caring about right now at this moment. So remember that. Like, that's the wisdom, that's the knowledge. Seeing that it's about you, that no one else is taking care of you right now except for you. So, taking that into consideration, your guys are giving you all the green lights. They brought you here to give you the push for the next chapter, which I see, again, blank canvas. I see you guys already having an opportunity coming through. Something that's going to even bring you stability, bring you in a place where you're going to be comfortable. Like, I see all those things, but the hurt, the pain, the backstabbing is there. But it's just a matter of realizing, like, you're in control of that. And you're right at the cusp. So if this message resonated, definitely like and subscribe so you don't miss the next reading. And thank you guys for coming back. See you next one. Bye. Hey guys, looks like you made your way to pile number 2. So welcome. Maybe you were drawn to the location of the pile, the number 2, butterfly, color, the crystal. Whatever the reason is, there's a message here for you. There's a message of change, something new kind of coming in, something within yourself. So let's go ahead and see what your guides have to say. So we have the cave. There's like a person there, the eyes. I see that there's something going on internally right now. Kind of going within. There's an opportunity to kind of basically start the next chapter. It's like kind of like seeing who you really are. I feel like a part of you or some of you might have been kind of retreating, kind of hiding. Maybe it's just, fear of judgment from people, fear of, I don't know, retaliation for what you believe in, how you want to be, who you want to be. Maybe you were kind of like in a toxic environment where you were forced to actually not be yourself or do what you want to do or act the way you want to act. There's a moment here for compassion and self-understanding. I think there's like something that like with this light being here, the crown chakra, it almost feels like an awakening, like an aha moment has kind of surfaced at this point. Whatever you have been going through, it's like your moment to kind of push through that and be like, okay, like enough is enough. I need to find myself again, to be myself again. That's the energy that I'm kind of getting from this. So there's a lot of introspection with this one, this card. a lot of growth opportunity within this as well. Let's go ahead and see what else your guides have to say about this, because it really does feel like a new chapter, new you, seeing things for what they truly are, the position you have been in. I feel like there's something that's been holding you back. I feel like you've retreated, or maybe someone has forced you to retreat, and now you just see the bigger picture. So the masquerader, hiding your true self, that makes sense. So projection. Yeah, you were 100% like hiding in a cave basically. You were hiding who you really were, and it could be for a slew of reasons, right? So you came here, whatever that reasoning is, you came here because the message for your new chapter is to stop hiding yourself. Stop like dimming your own light. I think you're very self-aware of what's been happening in projection. I almost feel like this energy kind of makes me feel like it's others that you kind of like just went within yourself because somebody was almost not allowing you to be who you are. It could be family, could be friends, could be a partner. Maybe your job has been like preventing from you being the most creative self that you could be. But you're called to come out of that cave, hiding your true self. Like that is what your next chapter is. It's being like, you know what? This is me, this is who I am, this is who I want to be. That's what your next chapter is holding. Believe, yeah. And this is the jackalope, I believe. And there's some kind of like story behind a jackalope. So this is clearly a folklore kind of story. And because it's like a quote unquote folklore, this card is basically showing you or reminding you that, there's unbelievable stories that begin with some kind of a truth, right? And to appreciate the magic in your everyday, to have a different perspective on life, which is kind of what you're at right now. And the message is to believe in yourself and to allow other people to believe in who you truly are. Again, I feel like there's that cave sentiment. I feel like you've lost yourself. Whatever the situation was, you've lost yourself. The magic, the beauty in life. And I feel like you guys are very magical creatures. Every one of us really, truly is a magical creature. But the magic in life is kind of gone. There's that light that's burnt out. Whatever situation you're in, you aren't yourself. And man, it's like now it's like your next chapter is kind of like finding that person again. Believe in you. So your guys are really having this strong message about really pushing through whatever this past situation is. So we have the 9 of Rings, Ace of Cups, and that's 9 of Pentacles. Sorry, different deck. Ace of Cups and the Ace of Swords. So I think you've lost sight of who you truly are and where you are in life. So the 9 of Pentacles show me you're actually in a really good place in your life. And it's like, I'm hearing like a lot of you being like, okay, yeah, that's not accurate. But it's not about like how successful you are and how much money you have and the materialistic things. Like it's taking a second to see the beauty in everything that you have. How far have you come in life? Like who you are as a person, how strong you truly are, because I think we're missing that aspect. Because you are strong. You are where you are today because of everything that you've pushed through. You've picked yourself back up, and this is one of those instances where you need to pick yourself back up. Ace of Cups and Ace of Swords. So these are divinely given opportunities. Something that's coming in that's going to give you the emotional happiness, stability, love within yourself, really, because I think a lot of this is about your next chapter. It's about you, not anybody else, not the person you're with, not the job, not the career. This is yourself, your happiness, your emotion. Ace of Swords. This is divinely handed opportunity of knowledge. And again, like I see that awakening here with the light above the crown chakra. there is an awakening that you see. So the truth, the knowledge of your situation is kind of coming through in this. So that makes sense. So keep that in mind. Want to see what kind of guidance your guides have to say. So there are opportunities that are coming in. There are opportunities for you to believe in yourself, to pick yourself up, and the emotional happiness, but again, it's within. It's not about anyone else. It's not about who else can give that to you. It's you. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so 100%, there's a tower moment, tower in reverse here. It's not a massive tower moment, but it is a tower moment nonetheless. Something broke down. Again, like there's a foundation. I always tell that to people when I share that there is a tower moment. There's a foundation. No matter what happens when a tower breaks down, you still have the foundation to build yourself up. Believe that you can do that and get yourself out of the situation. There is a past situation that has caused you to basically like turn, like you again in a cave. You're turning down, have been turning down opportunities, have been turning down situations to get you out of it because, there's hurt in the past. There's something or someone that's basically held you back. You're in your own way with that now. And I think you see that because you're not you. This is like, I see you making decisions that you're like, you're old, you wouldn't have done that. So there's something in this that's like, you're turning a leaf, you're turning a corner, you're seeing what that is that's making you make these decisions that you wouldn't have normally. And there's exhaustion within whatever you're going through. Like, this is this card for rest. So I am getting some information from like whatever. I feel like strongly it's a person that's holds you back, and I feel like it might have been a relationship, maybe it was a friendship, or I don't know, but it was like you couldn't do things, like it was exhausting. You put so much effort into the relationship. There's some past hurt. You're holding on to like things that they've said, because it almost feels like they've said things to you to put you down. And so you feel like you can't move forward or do anything. And then now, like, again, the enlightenment is there. If I could pick the card up, I'm seeing that you realize that whatever they've said isn't really the truth. And like, I see you trying to not hold on to that. And your advice, like the guides are almost telling you right now with the advice that to give yourself grace. Like, this was a tough experience. Again, this is about you taking care of you, believing in yourself, finding a way to come out of this cave, to have this shift, because that's your new chapter. The new chapter is realizing you can do whatever you want to do to make you happy and not for anybody else. So your new chapter really is going to put yourself first, to come out of your cave and find yourself, be you again. So if you're having a hard time, I hear you, I feel you, that's tough, but your guides are by you. They're, have your back. They see you. Give yourself that grace, but slowly pull yourself out of it. And I think that's a beautiful message. If this reading did resonate, definitely like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Hey guys, looks like you made it to pile number 3. Welcome. Maybe you're drawn to the location of the pile, maybe the crystal, maybe the number 3. Maybe the shape of the crystal, the color, whatever the case may be, you're here because there is a message here for you. Kind of like, what's your next chapter? What does that look like? What is the next steps that you need to take? Let's go ahead and see what your guides have to say. So we have the Bardo. So there is definitely something that's happened in the past that has been something hard to let go of, something hard to move past. And this card is showing me a time of forgiveness in order to let go, to move on to the next phase of your life. It's the potential to forgive the unforgivable, to say things that were, unsaid, to let go of the things that have caused you pain. It's just like a card to kind of like raise your own vibration in order to receive whatever is coming for you in the next chapter. It's basically trying to show you that this energy, whatever you're holding on to, isn't meant for you. And letting go is just super important. And I think is a lot of pain. I think there were just some things like with the skulls over here. There was just something really bad that's happened, like very bad. And it's almost been like maybe it happened recently, maybe it was years ago. It doesn't matter, but I feel like that is like almost defined you at this point. Like I think you go on about life not playing the victim because I feel like you were the victim, but like really letting that be why you do X, Y, and Z and letting that control every aspect of your life. And that is just your next chapter right now because I think it's been delaying things because like that pain, that energy that you holding on to that pain isn't allowing you to move on to what is really meant for you. And I think this chapter is really forgiving. And there is um, a practice that I've done, and this is just a little advice thing, and I don't like giving advices if it's not from the guides, but there is a practice that I've done where you look at what someone has done for you and you say thank you. And I know that that sounds insane, but everyone here is for learning. Like everyone on this planet is here to learn something, to raise their own vibration, to get to the next phase, right? Or else you come back repeating the same patterns, right? You don't learn your lesson, you're coming back to repeat them. And if you have a perspective of saying thank you and I'm sorry to the person because that was their lesson. They had to carry the burden of hurting you and they had to do this to you. And that is something that they need to carry, and that is their karma. But it helped you because you had to go through it to learn your lesson. And so, yes, they cause you pain, but now having that perspective, like, man, yeah, they're now going to 1,000,000% get the karma that they, rightfully deserve. And it's setting them up to have to learn a very hard lesson. So they do have a burden. And like looking at it that way as like, this is what the soul has to experience spiritually, you kind of get a different perspective and it allows you to heal and let go of that. It allows you to let go of the hurt. So we have the alchemist, balance, invention, destruction. Yeah, so something definitely broke down. And the balance of like where you are right now, again, this energy of not letting go and letting it harbor and like continuing, like if you were in an abusive situation, like abuse is your identity. And that's not what your guides and spirit wants you to kind of define yourself. Your definition is I am strong and I've moved past it and I am better than I was before. I've learned the lessons that I needed to learn. That's the definition. And the balance right now is just not there, not with the holding on to the hurt. And then the guides are saying your next chapter is to balance that so that you can receive something that is beautiful. Yeah, okay, balance. That makes that makes sense. The dolphin, the yin, the yang. So the dolphin card urges balances between different aspects of the self, stability in the face of the storm, and the calming the tempest within to come to better understanding. There's a lot of reevaluation that needs to take place, stressors that need to be addressed. And if your mind, body, and soul is in balance, so there isn't, I feel like you're not, because I feel like energetically something's holding you back. You know that this is not, whatever you're holding on to and harboring isn't really benefiting you at this point. So there's a lot of imbalance, and like your next chapter is balancing that. That I see that very clearly. So yeah, we have the Tower here, 3 of Cups, 9 of Cups. So yes, something definitely big happened. Maybe it was quite recently because if this card is coming up that's showing me something quite recently. 3 of Cups though, I see you very much trying to move on from that, and and that's strength. That is the strength, right? So I am seeing your guides like this. This is showing me that you being around with your friends, putting yourself out there, there is celebration, there's happiness, there's joy. 9 of Cups. That is like 9 is nearing completion. And that is just basking the abundance of like your emotional happiness. I feel like you're just sitting back and being like, yeah, I see it. I see you turning the corner with this, the healing that you're going to be doing. I don't see you doing it alone. I see other people being involved in your healing, whether you going to your friends and talking to them about it or going to a therapist. I don't see you doing it alone. And though this is a struggle that is something that you have to get through on for yourself, by yourself. You have such a great support system, and your guides see you. They see that. And if you don't feel like you do, your guides have your back. You can always go to them and talk to them. But like the emotional, like this is all about emotions right now. And being able to really take a hold of your emotions and control over that is what's going to take you to the next phase of your life. And your next chapter right now is showing me that you are going to be doing that breakdown of that. I see the healing within it. I see it. As like the intuition that is showing me that the breakdown has happened, but I am absolutely feeling like the lightning breaking down that like cord that you have that's still attached to whatever this past situation is. So let's get some advice from your guides on this one. There's a lot of beautiful things and energetic shifts that are happening. Like Tower moment coming out again. Your advice from your guides, like the Tower moment is here. This has come out twice. This is definitely telling me something recent, something that is just still plain sight. Whether, again, it could be happened years ago, but you're so like involved with this emotionally that this is just another thing. It's going to take a lot of work. Again, it is leaning on your friends and family. There is some positivity and beautiful connections that you have that is just going to be so strong. Again, this is validating what I just said, that I see you with the Three of Cups here. You are going to have the help from other people, and I think you're going to master this. I see you working very diligently. I think your next chapter has to be involved with like the healing aspect of forgiving and not forgetting. You don't have to forget, because again, those are our lessons that we're taking with us to whatever we decide to do. You're never going to forget, but forgiving that and letting go, moving on, is what your next chapter is holding for you. And I don't see you doing it alone. I see you having the like very, very, very amazing, strong connections helping you through that. Lean on it. If you feel like you're the type of person that doesn't really talk to other people, lean on that. Because I think that your guides are telling you, again, this is the second time that I'm getting like other people involved in the situation. Removing yourself from like the location, rewriting like a lot of past stuff. Like if you had an experience in this place, go with your friends and experience something new there. There's something along the lines of like rewriting what you've experienced that is super strong within this. So if this message did resonate, definitely like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.